Mr. Speaker, I see hate. Mr. Speaker, I see bitterness. Mr. Speaker, I see acrimony. Mr. Speaker, I see animosity. And Mr. Speaker, I see a man completely out of control. Completely out of control, Mr. Speaker. That is what I see. And that problem is not a new problem to me, you know. I was aware of the tendency for the Honourable to go out of control since 1987.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PNM Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in UDCOT. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Piako Airport. And it's even more brazen.
From the domination of television advertising and political broadcasts and the barrage of full-page newspaper ads to the expensive political platforms and billboards to even the election attire, there's no doubt millions of dollars are being spent on this election campaign. Initial reports suggest that the two major parties in the May 24th election race may spend upwards of $300 million. Former head of the Transparency Institute, Mary King, says that's too much money.
That's an awful lot of money wasted. That money is not going to go in to develop Trinidad and Tobago, to build anything which is productive. It is going to allow a party to win.
In the absence of any campaign financing legislation, parties don't have to say where the funding for their campaigns are coming from. Ms. King says this means anyone can fund a political party, from money launderers to drug barons or simply people with their own personal agendas. But it also raises another issue of who really governs, the politicians or the financiers.
Some financiers will fund both parties, and after the election you will see who is winning the big contracts, who is being awarded major contracts.
Successive governments in this country have failed to implement campaign finance legislation. Few can offer any valid explanation. PNM Chairman Conrad Enil would not say what the party's position was on the issue, but felt that it is an issue both political parties would have to sit down and discuss. The UNC Chairman Jack Warner, however, says it's something that should be introduced once the legislation does not discriminate against any political party. But there is also the issue of the use of state funds to bolster an election campaign.
We're also seeing state enterprises actually advertising what they've been doing as far as development of the economy goes, and P&M pictures surrounding these ads. That is misuse of public office for private gain. That is corruption.
What an effective campaign financing bill would do is force political parties to present their annual accounts to Parliament, and will also come under scrutiny from an established anti-corruption unit. It would also level the playing field in terms of how much money can be spent, or even put a cap on how much money a single person can donate to a campaign. According to Mary King, it should not run into more than $120 to $140 million across the board. But in Trinidad and Tobago, as the parties try to outdo each other with glossy newspaper and fancy television ads, high-profile calypsonians and chutney singers, it's anyone's guess just what the real tab would be. For CNC3, I'm Kamal Georges.
Argue your case. Everybody has a chance to do it. But not like my good friend. The minute you oppose my good friend, Mr. Speaker, the minute you oppose my good friend, he gets very, very angry. And if you oppose him strongly, Mr. Speaker, he becomes a raging bull. And that is what this government is not prepared to act. That is what it was. We just were not prepared to accept that.
If this country cannot call to order its Prime Minister and his cabinet and his political party to say we are not accepting that, then God help us.